What's up, trader? How many times you have opened a trade and you said that today I'm gonna win this trade, just to see after some time the trade took a U-turn and hit you to stop loss. Now every trader have this experience at some point, including myself. But do you know that there are some areas in chart what is called an institutional order block? If you can identify them in a correct way, you can catch huge profitable trades from the zone. So with that said, in this video I will show you how you can identify institutional order blocks and how you can trade them, how you can integrate them in your trading strategy. Sound interesting? Then smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done yet. This is Forex Wizard from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. With that being said, let's get started. Okay guys and girls, keep in mind this is extremely important and powerful strategy. Make sure you stick till the end, pay full attention to it. First let me explain the theory behind it. It's easy to understand. I will show you in the real chart how it looks like with clear examples. But keep in mind this is very important if you wanna catch the big trades. Now you can see that in institutional order block, so we are starting with an example and we'll show in the chart and we'll go to the different example. Now you can see that, let's assume that there is a price has created a consolidation. At some point it has created a double bottom formation like this. Okay, so this is the formation of the chart. This is what happened at some point in the chart. Okay, now after this double bottom formation, what happened that in this double bottom, at some point from the same point, the price aggressively has gone up. Now these two points, these two double bottom, is where the maximum order came. Why? Because you see that from here sometime the seller sold this point. When as soon as the price came to this point, okay, some big boys are interested on buying from this zone. So this is a demand zone. There is a lot of demand for buyers in this zone, right? Now what happened? The price, when they bought, the price went up, created a peak, and then again the sellers came, some big boys again sold, and the price came back to this zone. Okay, when the price came to the previous point, what we have seen that the big boys bought in a bigger way, like with a bigger volume. So what happened? The price aggressively gone up and has broken this previous high. Okay, so that 2 points, what I called a POI, or point of interest, and that is the point where the maximum volume with a high probability comes in place, and that is what we called an order block. So once you saw that there is an order block here, and because of this order the price has aggressively gone up, has broken the previous high, that is what we called an order block. And from this point, what we saw, the price after this high, the price started to retrace back to this level. Now you can see that the previous point was the point of interest was this one. This one was the previous point of interest. Now what happened? The price has broken this previous high, and that point of interest, or POI, changes to this point here again. You see that the previous POI was here, the previous point of interest. The price has broken out of this level and came back to the previous swing high. That was a point of interest. The point of interest was here, now turned into a new point of interest. Okay, so this is the now new point of interest, and that now the order block from this point to shift it to this point, right? And then what happened, that we see that the price, the big boys started to buy. When they started to place another buy order, or a big volume of buy came, the prices started to go up, and the retracement, and then went above, and then little retracement at some point probably. So in that in that movement you could see that this point, this high, probably has tested as a resistance, support as a no, or will be tested as a support or no. But in fact the price at some point you could see that this what we call an imbalance in the market. You see that the previous resistance has not been tested as a support, what we call an imbalance in the market. The price after reaching some point has broken all this structure and came to the previous point of interest. This is the key, guys and girls, keep in mind. You see that the previous point of interest was here, okay, it was here. Now what happened, the price came to the same level and then created another point of interest, so respected this level, and then again the price started to go, creating this one as a strong order block or point of interest. And once you can identify this order block, this point of interest, okay, that is where you can catch a high probability trade setup. Now there are some subtle clues you can look for in this institutional order block. The first thing is, see, one important clue you can look for is that this previous point of interest, the previous high, tested as a support and created a point of interest, and that the price has broken out of this, right, in this zone. Now what happened, you saw that the price came to the same point of interest, and one clue to look for is that there is a little bit of higher low, couple of pips above, and the price has started to go up. So that is a very, very high probability setup, because when the price came to the point of interest and created a series of higher low, or higher high or higher low, whatever the trending direction I'll show you in the chart, that is where the most probable trade. And when you catch a trade from here, that will go in a huge momentum, and that is what you need to integrate in your trading strategy to find the proper point where you can trade with a high probability. Now let me show you quite a few examples on the chart where you can find this kind of zone, you can identify this order block and how you can trade them. Okay guys and girls, so let's see this example on gold. And recently we have secured a good trade on gold, as you have seen, using this order block strategy. Now let me explain exactly. This is recent chart, it's easy to understand. What you see that on gold, the price was moving along this direction with a with an uptrend. You have seen clear uptrending market. Now in this zone, what happened, the price was consolidating in this zone, okay, and going up and down, creating a double top here. You can see the double top. That means that it is an order block, because if you look at the higher time frame, always keep in mind order block is more accurate, more reliable in higher time frame, and more easily identifiable on the higher time frame than lower time frame. Now if you look at the weekly, this is where the previous weekly support zone turned resistance. Now we see that on that zone, on the intraday time frame, the price has created this double top formation. That's what we call an order block. So the sellers, the big boys, started to sell from this zone. So first what happened, look at this, from this the price came to this support, and the price reached this double top, came back down, created this neckline, and then again the bot. And because it creates a POI, now when the price came here, it turns into a POI, point of interest, and then the big boys started to sell. Okay, so and such a huge volume came that this level has broken. Now as a retail trader, that is enough for us. When we have seen that point of interest has been violated, okay, previously the buyer's point of interest was here, right, seller's point of interest was here. Now sellers sold and has broken this level, then the buyer's point of interest, the seller's point of interest changes, right, from this point to turn to this point. Now we can't blindly sell from here. What happened later, look at this. With this doji, okay, the price basically tested this previous new point of interest, okay, and then we have seen the seller sold from this point of interest. The next candle, look at the next one, this green one, just created a lower high okay, and then we have seen some other big boys sold again, and look at the next one, created another lower high, okay, and then what we saw, a bearish engulfer, and then another sell. Now this is the main clue that you need to look for when you see an order block, a PY, and then wait for the multiple retest with a lower high on a downtrend, higher high on an uptrend. Smash the like button now. This is the key points to find a high probability profitable trade, and that is what we did. You see that this candle we have traded with our students, and we had an incredibly winning trade on this one. So now this is what you need to, when you see the strong rejection from this zone, even if you sold any of this candle, that all are profitable trade. If you traded this one, it's a profitable trade. If you traded this one, also profitable trade. Okay, so if you traded this one, all these are profitable trades, and that is the power of this order block. Now let's see quite a few examples so that you can understand clearly how to identify order block and how you can trade them with high probability. Okay guys, so let's see this example on GBP AUD on 15 minutes, how this order block is playing out. Now you can see that the price has created this consolidation, okay, kind of double bottom, and then what we have seen that from this zone, this from PUI, the big boys bought with a strong impulse, the price has broken out of this previous high, right? So this is the previous high. Now the PUI was here, okay, now the PUI shifted after this breakout, and then PUI shifted to this zone. This is the now next PUI, because this is the previous swing high. So the PUI is here, right? Now we need to see if this PUI is being respected or no. You can see that the price first came here, okay, strong bull, again came here, rejection, and then it has created a higher low. So this is where the trigger could be, that the price has created a higher low, okay, from this PUI. But next what you have seen that there is one candle penetrated all of them, is basically tested this one as well, okay. So that after that, with this pin bar, we have seen another buying happen, a strong bullish move. And what is the next PUI is this one, okay. So the previous swing high, so from PUI shifted from this point to this point, right? Now the new PUI is this is the new PUI, okay, and the price shifted now to this point, from this point to this new PUI, and the same thing repeating. You can see that there is an impulse happen, and then the price came back to the zone, tested this PUI. Now this is the new PUI, and the big boys are buying from here, okay. So once you know the PUI, you know that where the order coming, and you can follow that along, and that is the main thing as a trader, because as a retail trader we cannot move the market. The big boys move the market, and we need to be with them. And to be with them, how they are finding out the order blocks, PUI, you need to find out the same order block and the same PUI, so that you can follow along their footsteps to take the big trade from them. Now let's see some more examples how you can identify PUI before wrapping up. Okay guys and girls, so another really good example of order block you can see on the screen. This is Euro GBP pairs. In all pairs you can find this. So you can see that there was a, first of all, you see there is a textbook head and shoulder here. It's a big head and shoulder, and then has broken down. Now this neckline of this head and shoulder, you can see that this is the neckline of this head and shoulder, and this is the point of interest before for the buyers, and we have seen a strong buying. You see this big move happen, and then the price came down to the same level. We see the buyers tried to buy, but that not much higher interest. As a result, we have seen that this level is broken. So after breakout of this level, what happened? Look at this. The price didn't test this enough properly. With this smaller candle, it has tested, and then after this big move, the price went to the same zone. You see that now this point of interest where the buyers was buying here, now that turns into a point of interest for sellers. So you see this from the same level is respected with this long candle and rejection. The same thing happened the way the price action has created a head and shoulder. You can see that there's same thing, there is a head and shoulder has been created, and with that head and shoulder you see there is a one level here. This is also an order block, and every time the price approaching this order block, we see that the series of lower high has been created, and with that level you can see, if you draw this a level here as well, you see that first of all this is the point of interest for selling, and the seller sold from here, has broken down, the price went above. Now this level is being respected quite a few times. You see that with this left shoulder, right shoulder. So this is the resistance, this is where the sellers were selling. Now this is how you need to find out the institutional order block. Where is the level that everyone is selling? Long wick candle is being created, not one candle, not two candles. When you see couple of candles, and last thing what you have seen this current chart, you see the price went there and created a lower high. Okay, so on a selling market, on a bearish market, okay, lower high from an important order block zone where the sellers are selling is where you can find the high probability trade setup. And after this bearish candle, that's a nice looking sell setup, and this is a bearish market. As you can see, we already have closed 2 trades on Euro GBP this week on this one. So that's how you can find that order block, where you can find the important area of value where the big boys are buying and selling, and follow their footstep, find the good trading opportunity, and that's how you can get the high probability trade setup. And that is how the professional trader trades. They patiently wait for that zone. Once it comes, they take the advantage and they trade it. Smash the like button now. Thank you for watching, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you soon in my next video.